Hey, welcome back. Apparently I've been living under a rock because I missed this update some way somehow, and here I am covering it now. Sorry for being very late, but better late than never, right? So let's talk about this. Alright, so the first thing we're going to mention is the new relic, the Book of Death. It's a book containing the Aura of Death. Understanding its contents leads to gaining the power of death, who executes enemies and absorbs their HP. Cool beans. So let's talk about the artifact effect. When executing or killing an enemy with less than 15% of health, all allies recover 5, 10, 15, or 20% of HP, depending on the tier of the relic. Yeah, this seems like a pretty strong relic. I think I'm going to be using this from now on because I like the way it sounds. That being said, let's talk about how to get it. The fragments of Book of Death can be purchased at the Corruption Token Shop for 90 tokens when you clear Rift Challenges Stage 0 once or more. The Altar of Death package is also available for immediate acquisition through purchase with real money. We're going to talk about that in a little bit, but let's scroll down. So the Great Rift has a new 7th altar in Rift. It's the Altar of Death, which is pretty cool. You can unlock that by purchasing the Altar of Death package, which is a little less cool. That is a pay-to-win thing, but let's just talk about it anyways. The Altar of Death package is released in 3 stages, 1, 2, and 3, and only one of them can be purchased. To celebrate the release of the first Rift extension package, there will be a 2-week discount sale period, so if you want to get it now. And when you purchase the Altar of Death package, you will receive exclusive additional Great Rift achievements, which in my opinion seems kind of like dumb. It takes away the fun out of getting achievements, but that's just me. Anyways, let's look at these packages. Altar of Death package 1. As you can see, it is $8 or $9. However, if you can see right there, it is a discounted price for $5 or $5.50. And then for this, you get the Altar of Death available in Rift. Now the Altar of Death package 2. It is $12 or $13. The discounted price is either $8 or $9. For this, you get the same stuff as last time. However, you also get a King God Book of Death, which in my opinion sounds kind of like a waste of money when you can just get a tier 4 Book of Death relic whenever you can. It's pretty cheap just to do it without spending real money, so I would definitely suggest not getting this one. And finally, the last package, package 3, which is $20 or $21, but the discounted price is $12 to $13. It is everything mentioned before, but you also get 8 magical forge stones, which is pretty cool, and 100 gems. Yeah, if you really need, what are they called, magic forge stones, you could get this one, but I don't really see much of a benefit. If I were to get it, I would get Death Package 1. I think that has the most cost benefit for me personally, but let me know down in the comments below if you are going to get this package. Which package will you get? I'm genuinely curious. Also, as you can see, I was saying different prices for each of them. The price of each product may vary depending on policies by country and platform. The Altar of Death is only available in the Great Rift, and you will immediately attain products upon purchase and will not be able to refund. Interesting, but yes, you won't be able to refund, so be careful and think about your choice when you buy it. Now that you have 7 altars for the Great Rift, you have a choice to select specific altars. You can choose 6 altars, including the Altar of Death. So that means you can exclude an altar that you really don't want to see. So I think this is an amazing change and a very, very motivational benefit to encourage more buying of the Altar of Death package. Like, for example, you really hate seeing Altar of Mage when you have like an Ian team, but now with this, you can just strike out Altar of Mage completely and kind of vibe. And let's scroll down. Here is what the Altar of Death looks like, and whoa, that looks really cool. I like the effects, the fire, the skull effect. I mean, that's pretty cool. Anyways, the Altar of Death is the execution and death of friendly and enemy units. Altar of Death is composed of effects that provide execution values to make it easier to kill enemies, effects that become stronger when enemies and allies die, and effects that provide enemies to be killed or allies to be sacrificed. Yeah, this seems like a very intense altar, and I think it's going to be pretty interesting to be implemented in Great Rift. I'm curious to see how people bring this out, maximize its full potential. Anyways, let's see the effects by each level. At level 1, it executes enemies with less than 0.5%. or up to 12.5% HP because it increases by 0.5% per level. By level 5, when an enemy is killed, it recovers 4, 8, 12, 16, 20% of all allies depending on the tier. At level 10, it is -1, 1.5, 2, or 2.5% damage taken when an ally is killed. And finally, at level 25, it's +4 or 6% damage dealt when an ally or enemy is killed. Yeah, they really weren't kidding about the whole sacrifice thing. Wow, this is going to be very intense. Like, these are pretty good buffs if you ask me. And on top of that, there is a large rune list. As you can see, there are 6 new runes. Yes, 6 new runes, and they have different tiers. A king or higher rune is the Totem of Death. It is when the user is killed. It summons 3 totems of death with 35% of max HP that provokes enemies. That's pretty cool. The Blessings of Death is whether an ally is killed, it increases attack speed by 40%, and the max is 320%. So that is insane if you ask me. And the last king tier one is the Executioner. Executes enemies with less than 30% HP and increases damage dealt by 100% of the executed enemy's HP. The max is 100%. Pretty decent. Moving on to the 2 god tier skins, it is the Reaper's Bomb, and upon normal attack, it has a 10% chance of summoning Reaper Bombs with 10% of max HP. Up to 2 bombs are summoned per enemy unit, and when it's destroyed, they deal damage equal to 400% of HP to enemies within a 5x5 range. The cooldown is 3 seconds. Honestly, this sounds pretty crazy, especially for fast attacking units. That's going to be pretty cool. And the next one is Offering, where when killed, it increases the stats of other allies by converting 20% of attack and spell power to their base stats. Pretty standard for like this type of relic, pretty cool, sacrifice and all that good stuff. And finally, the King God tiered one is the Soul Devourer. Allies on the left and right are killed at the beginning of the battle. It obtains 25% of the killed allies' attack, spell power, attack speed, and HP as base stats. It doesn't look like there's a limit for this one, so if you get this one, it seems like you're just completely broken. For me, I'm thinking of strategies where like you would maintain as many heroes as you can on the field, and as soon as you get this Soul Devourer thing, it's just game over. You just kill everybody. But yeah, those sound like really overpowered relics, and I am very excited to see how the game changes because of that. Now there are also 2 new Great Rift bosses. And it looks like here the 2 new bosses are randomly selected when entering the 7th floor of Great Rift and can be confirmed through their progress bar at the top of the interface. And with that, there's new achievements that will be added due to the addition of the boss. The new challenge achievements will be unlocked based on achievement progress, and some achievements will provide flags upon completion. The first one is the Chaos Dragon Mornu, or Mornuge. I'm going to call him Mornu, because I feel like the J could be silent. Let me know down in the comments below how you pronounce it, but I'm going to call it Mornu for now. Mornu is a dragon that uses various crowd control spells, and if you look here, he just looks sick as fuck. Look at that design. Yeah, that's menacing if you ask me. Let's see what his ability is. Mornu, upon dealing normal attack damage to all heroes, uses a random skill. All targets hit by the skill take spell power damage and receive the skill's effect. When HP is reduced, the number of normal attack targets and the frequency of skills casting increases. Pretty cool. And there's also one more, the Eye of Abyss Zenel. Zenel is an unknown being from the Abyss that uses powerful magic over a wide range. And if you look at the design, look at that. It just looks insane. Like, look at the eye, look at those tentacles, look at all the effects around him. I can't wait to see what he looks like when in actual game. Yeah, let's see. Let's look at his ability. It is Enlightenment. Zenel's normal attack deals damage to all targets in the path, reaching the farthest hero. If the target has taken normal attacks or skill damage 2 times, it launches a special attack, dealing spell power damage to the target and others in the path of Zenel's 2 targets. When HP is reduced, it casts a powerful ultimate. Recovering HP equals to the damage dealt. That sounds pretty strong. I would rather fight the dragon dude. That seems much more manageable, but we will see. I'm sure, well, I haven't played the game in a bit, so I wouldn't know. Let me know down in the comments which one you think is going to be difficult, or is more difficult if you're here from the future. Anyways, moving on, it seems like the Great Rift reward has been increased, which is really cool. It makes more incentive to play the actual game mode. And on top of that, the Invasion Chapter reward has been proportionally increased based on the increase from Rift. We have slightly increased the reward in proportion to the highest difficulty on Invasion Chapter cleared. Pretty cool. On top of that, they offer an additional 5% reward for Phase 1. If you clear Phase 15, you will receive an additional 75% reward compared to the existing reward. When you clear Invasion Chapter 10 and Great Rift Phase 15, you receive a reward that is 900% larger than the reward for clearing Chapter Invasion 1 and Phase 0. Wow, that sounds pretty good. Again, it provides incentive to actually play Great Rift, so that's going to be a lot of fun. A lot more people are going to be playing that, and it seems like with what they're doing, Great Rift is going to sound like a much more balanced, fun. I wouldn't say balanced yet, I don't know for sure, but it seems like it's going to be a lot more fun. Alright, the last thing I wanted to talk about was Ophelia. She got a new Awaken ability, and it is called Blood Backflow. It creates an area of blood backflow converting 30, 40, 50, or 70% depending on tier of drain recovery onto damage to enemies within the 3x3 range of the blood and soul target. And if you see here in this animation, she just wipes out Evan like it's nothing. It looks like Ophelia is finally going to be useful with this, this Awaken ability. But I could be very much wrong, we'll just have to see, but it seems pretty strong if you ask me. Alright, so the last thing on the notes are bug fixes, and I'm just going to let you guys pause this if you want to see them. I am not going to read all of these out to you just because I am speaking for 11 minutes now and I want the video to end. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. And if you want to see me actually do the Rift challenge, then yeah, let me know because I might be more down to it. However, I'm still debating on whether or not to get the Altar of Death thing. I might be leaning closer towards it, especially if people want to see like a showcase of that, but other than that, I don't know. But yeah, like I said, thank you for watching, like and subscribe. I will see you next time. Alright, see you later.